My name's Henry Dean. I grew up here in Dallas, raised here. When I was in high school, I started experimenting with alcohol. Then it changed to drugs and alcohol in my military experience. When I went into the service, I just graduated high school. I was 19 years old. When I got out, I was 23 then. And I used alcohol and drugs till I was 48. So you can imagine the abuse that I put on my body for that amount of time. It was almost 35 years of drinking and drugging. And I knew about crack, but I didn't really mess with it until one night I found some on the ground. And I said, well, I didn't have nothing else. So I said, well, and I was looking for the crack dealers to see if I could trade it for weed, but I couldn't find none of them. So I went home and smoked it instead. And that's all it took. I got the taste, I got hooked on it that quick. I would go to the crack man, get $20 to $50 every day against my paycheck. So when I got paid, I was broke and doing the same thing. This was now I can see the insanity part of it, this is just insane because you let your life get that bad, but yet you're willing to do it. And that was me. And it tore me down so bad that I was living in my broke down car in somebody else's driveway. That's how bad it got. I was on the street. I got tired of living that way. I got fired from my job because my hands shake. Usually it was either alcohol, I could turn it off, and put it down for a little while and just do drugs, or I would put the drugs down for a little while and go back. It was a dual addiction, that was, I could put one down, but I couldn't put both of them down until I finally come to this program. And I went to the only place I knew was the VA. Went to the VA. The VA sent me to the Salvation Army. 2-man rooms that you shared the bathroom with the other room beside you, and this sounded great to me. And they had programs for me, NA, AA, life skills, stuff that through the years, especially the life skills, I lost. Not that I didn't know how to do them, in my addiction, I turned them to something else. I don't know how to manage money anymore. I don't know how to interact, personal relationships, stuff like this. And they have programs that help us to relearn these skills that we've lost. You're not going to be having good days every day. Sometimes you get into that depressed mode. Going to life skills and talking about it helps you cope with these things. I have tools now that I can go out and I don't have to drink and drug anymore. And I've been clean for about 4 years, and I'm extremely grateful for that. I have a job now. I work, and I like what I'm doing. I work for Mary Kay Cosmetics. I got certified a couple of weeks ago as a material handler. And they know I have a past history, but they're not worried about that. They just see that I'm a good worker. If I wouldn't come to the Salvation Army, I don't know if I'd have been dead, but it'd have been close to it. I know spiritually I was dead. Spiritually, before I come here. I knew about Jesus and God, but I basically turned my back to him when drugs and alcohol entered my life. And now I'm back on the other side. I have a walk with him you know, and I talk to him almost every day, you know what I mean? Because it's a fight. Like I say, there's days I want to go drink. With his help, I don't. The Salvation Army is a way that you can get your life back together, back on track, and make it in the world. That's what they do. And I'm truly grateful for everything that they've ever done for me.